So in this video, I want to explain with you the three-step system in order for you to validate your product. Do not waste time trying to build something you actually don't need. So what I'm going to share with you is the simple process for you to be able to understand what your audience wants, what you need to incorporate in your product, and then how you can basically sell it. Because if you're able to break it down in a simple manner for your audience, it's going to be much more easier for you to be able to develop the thing that you know that can transform a people's business or a people's life. But at the same time, you're going to be having more joy in order to build that stuff rather than trying to build just to make a quick buck. So ideally, you want to be coming from the perspective of what I can develop in order for me to help someone achieve their outcome or their goal that they have within their lives. And when you do this, it's going to be more easier for you to be able to align this with what your purpose is, right? If your purpose is becoming the best at helping other people develop their business, it's going to be easier for you to do so, because with your engagement with the audience, you're going to get their data, you're going to get understand their bottlenecks, their problems, their pain points, etc., and you're going to incorporate it into your process. Now, if you're building from scratch, or you're trying to come up with an idea because you saw something on YouTube, you saw something on Google or TikTok, or you find something on ChatGPT, you think it's interesting, it's not going to work that way. Why? Because if you think carefully for a second, the 9 to 5 basically conditioned us to be able to try to think and work first, then present that work to someone, and that person is gonna maybe have a look at it and overview and consider if that thing is worthwhile, is valuable, or if it's even doable for based on their perspective. But no one interacted with the client, no one got data or did the research before presenting it to the client or to the audience. And this is the issue we basically have online as well. So people are trying, especially newbies, to come up with an idea, go to ChatGPT, type it in, put the right or the most interesting prompt they find out there by the gurus, and guess what? They come up with a product that has literally no proven track record, no proven data, no one's input from the audience that you're trying to sell, and then they present something that no one wants to buy. So then they're stuck with a product that literally doesn't sell. So ideally, what you want is to not implement that in your online business. The main reason is, again, when you're in your online business, what you're going to find out is you have to have the avatar data, meaning the person you're trying to sell to. You have to have their perspective on what they're struggling with, what their pain points are, what their desire are, what their biggest obstacle is for them to achieve their outcome. You have to know those things prior to building your product, so that by the time you even use ChatGPT to build a product, you're gonna see very easily that you can easily incorporate those things into the product, and then the product becomes more appealing to that segment of the market that are dealing with those things, right? That is common sense. Now, if you look at the gurus out there, they build many different products and split test all of those in order to find which one is the one that they can validate, and it can become more profitable for them. But in your case, if you're looking at this video, probably maybe you have one product, maybe two, or not even one. So you have to think for a second. Does it make sense for you to go and build a bunch of products, spend months before even selling it? No, it doesn't make any sense. So what we want to do, and what I want to share with you, is this process that I personally use in order for me to validate an idea way before I even develop a product. If you look at the structure for a second, I'm sharing you guys here at the top a structure that is to validate the product, okay, to test the solution before you sell it, and then you pre-sell. Okay, now the way I do this is by utilizing this framework I have below here. As you can see over here, basically what it's showing you over here, and let me choose a color that makes more sense here. Let me choose something blue here. Okay, so if you look carefully over here, it's going to show you that it starts with a survey. Okay, at the beginning, start with a survey. The reason it starts with a survey is because every single person that comes inside my newsletter, I basically reach out to them after they fill out the survey to have a bit more chat with them. Either the chat is through email or the chat is through Instagram or sometimes even LinkedIn. It depends on which platform they feel more comfortable having a conversation with me, but the ideal thing is that I do a survey. That survey is going to give me different pain points to understand the audience that is coming into my newsletter, and based on that I'm able to improve what I'm going to do next. So next, within the feature post, as you can see over here, I have 3 of them, and within that I would say 3 steps or stepping stones towards the end outcome, which in my case the end outcome is for the person to buy the offer, which in this case, if they buy the offer, I'm going to be able to guide them to reach their goal, to achieve their outcome that they want, etc. Those 3 stepping stones are going to divide in steps the thing that they're struggling with. So if they tell me that, for example, they want to make money online, but they're struggling with setting up their website, setting up their newsletter, or not being able to promote something online because they don't know about ads or organic marketing, etc. Within those 3 posts, I'm able to explain to them my process. I'm able to explain to them how I do it. And this is the way I help them, show them that I'm competent, I have the process, I have the system, and that is also a way for me to be able to guide them through the entire roadmap, for them to get from point A to point B, and then help them get to the end outcome, which is, again, a freedom lifestyle, location independence, etc., etc. Okay, so if you want to develop your product, this will be the way that you can, again, at the beginning, you can basically find out and survey the audience and understanding their audience from within, meaning exactly how they feel, how they think, what's their perspective, etc., and then talk about it in different posts. Okay, now I don't only show them the post, I also have an email sequence that goes out that matches what the post talks about. So within the post, these posts are maybe, I would say, on average 3,000 to 4,000 characters. Okay, so like a LinkedIn post will be maybe like 1,500 characters. So if you think about it, it's double the size, maybe 3 times the size of a LinkedIn post. And within the emails, I touch each of the angles or pain points of the post, and every single time I refer back to, for them to read it. So in the post itself, I don't only have something they can read, images they can see, but I also have videos that they can walk themselves through by step watching the videos. Okay, now what is the end outcome? The end outcome is to pre-sell my offer without me having to jump on sales calls. So what does it do here? So after the people fill out the post, what they go to is the first, I would call it a feature post. Okay, so the first one leads to the order page, okay, of the product, and then you have a low ticket offer, and then you have an audit form. So some people will not buy the offer immediately. Why? Because they need a bit more help. So then I give them the option to fill in an audit form. Now this audit form is not a free form, it's a paid form, so people have to pay. Even though it's low ticket, people can pay like $49. I can do an audit for them, and based on that audit, I can cater towards their needs and necessities and their wants within that audit form. And based on that, I can recommend them a specific outcome or a specific solution or a specific service, depending on what they want. Sometimes people will say, hey, Renal, I want to develop the system, I want the solution, but I don't know what outcome it's going to give me. So then I sit down with them and I explain to them, okay, if you do this, this potentially can get you this outcome. If you do that, that potentially will get you this outcome. And what are the consequences of doing each? For example, people say, hey, Renal, I want to, sell my offer and I want to run ads. Okay, so I ask them, if you want that solution, if you want that channel of running ads, okay, do you understand what's going to be the outcome if you run ads? They don't understand. So then I explain to them, if you run ads, it's going to cost you on this platform an average of $3 to $7. It's going to take you maybe between 100 to 300 leads in order for you to close 1 or 2 sales, etc., etc. So then they're going to start doing the math, right? So now you're understanding how I'm helping them slowly but surely get to the end outcome by explaining the whole process. So what I do first, and if I need to break it down for you guys in a bit more like detailed manner. So we talked about the survey, right? So the way I do it is I walk them through the problem validation. Okay, so we use again posts, surveys, DMs, etc., and sometimes even topics. Sometimes I add topics within the emails, and they can click on which topic they're interested in, so I can cater the sequence towards sending them the right information. Then I talk to maybe 20 to 30 people separately, not that are clients, but people that are on social media that engage with my content. I talk to them. I ask them, hey, what are you working on? What problems you're facing, etc. And based on those questions, back and forth, I come to find out what it is that they're struggling on, and then at the end of my maybe conversation with them, I can offer them something if indeed I see that they align with what I'm doing. If not, I can simply recommend them. Okay, after I do that, I can provide them a solution. As I said, you understand, you diagnose first, and then you provide a solution, but you do it in step by step. So we have a cheat sheet, we have a roadmap, we have mini trainings, we have templates, and I guide them. Like I say to them, like, hey, if you are stuck with this and you need help with it, I have this, or you can check out that. It's up to them, right? Because I give away PDFs, I give away swipes, I have workshops, I also have courses, I also have modules specifically on a topic. So they can either buy the lesson, they can buy the module, they can buy the workshop, they can work with me one-on-one, or they can do the course by themselves. It's there's many different levels to the game. Okay, so through basically providing that, I am able to help them move to the next step, which is pre-selling my offer without me having to do so. So what is in this case the pre-selling offer? So I created two different offers, right? So one of them will be the coach. Okay, so the coaching will be, or mentorship will be basically me guiding them one by one. They working with me, but there's another option for them to do it themselves, which is the course. So if someone wants to do it themselves, ideally they are a tech savvy person, they're like self-sufficient, they're curious, they like doing stuff themselves. Okay, I can have a beta offer. Maybe I can have a one fixed price with a coupon that I can say, hey, if you don't want the beta offer, I can give you the coupon for you to use within the next 24 hours for you to be able to get this course. If you want to, if not, it's fine. But you also work with me if you feel like you need more help, one-on-one hand-holding, etc., guiding you through the whole process. Okay, so with this in mind, of course, I give them the entire process. And again, we validate together. We'll create a product. We will start from beginning to end. And at the same time, we will remove all the kinks within the process and remove all the bottleneck. And with this, I'm able to help them out. The only thing that I recommend many of my clients and leads at the beginning is these three things. Okay, first of all, if you want to monetize whatever audience you have as a newsletter or people that you have on social media, you need to have a system in place. I always talk about this and I always refer to this. Why? Because this case, the pre-selling engine is what sells the audience, meaning your list, for you while you're not able to do so. Meaning if you want to go on vacation, if you want to take the weekend off, if you don't want to work during the week, the system's going to sell it for you. That is why an automation is important, especially if you are someone that's using newsletter or email list. Second, you want to be able to have your product on a platform that will give you a compounding commission on the back end, meaning the more the person earns, the more you earn as well. And this is the option that WAP is allowing you to do. And as third, you want to have a network that can drive leads to your system, which is the Beehive system, right? So in order for you to be able to do that, I would recommend you to sign up for Refined Network because they are able to do so. Once you have these in place, I will be more likely and happy to just recommend you what to do and to give you a following process for you to be going step by step through it, and then implement everything that I am doing in order for me to monetize my audience, so you can do it as well within less than 30 days. The only thing you have to do is sign up for these three, then send me an email, say, Bernal, I just signed up for these three, this is my account, etc. And then basically I can reply you with the training that you need in order for you to start monetizing. Alright, so this is the video, guys. Thanks very much for watching. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comment section. I will be able to get back to you. Other than that, if you want to work one-on-one with me, for me helping you implement this entire system as I just shown it over here, I'm more than likely and happy to help you. Simply leave me the comment Nomad Pro, and from there I will be able to reply you the link, or you can check out the description. You can check out the link as well to fill out the form and see if you qualify to, and you're aligned to work with me, because again, I want to work with serious people, people that are tech savvy, people that are wanting to grow their email list and monetize their social media audience. So with that, if you are in that situation, you have a business like that and you want to sell your digital product and become a digital nomad, I'm more than happy to help you as well become so. Okay, so appreciate it. Take care and see you in the next video. Take care.